Hello, Boston Bruins fans. We are pleased to welcome you to our news channel dedicated to providing up-to-date and reliable information about the Boston Bruins. Our mission is to share high-quality, truthful news with our valued audience. Be sure to follow the latest and most up-to-date news about the Boston Bruins, which is published daily here. To always stay informed, we invite everyone to subscribe to our channel. The Bruins' 2023-24 season was full of surprises. The Boston team has officially passed the halfway mark of the season, heading into the All-Star break at the top of the Eastern Conference, boasting an impressive record of 31-9-9. Given the surprising turnarounds experienced by the team under Jim Montgomery, what better way to fill the time during Boston's extended layoff than to revisit some of our bold preseason predictions? Some of these 15 proclamations made in early October have aged positively, while others, not so much. 1. Matthew Poitras plays the full season with the Bruins. So far, everything is going as planned. The initial uncertainty surrounding Poitras, a 19-year-old rookie, revolved around whether he would continue with the Bruins after an initial 9-game sample. However, after scoring 3 goals and totaling 5 points in the first 3 weeks of the season, Poitras consolidated his position. Despite facing some predictable production adversity and averaging just 11.02 of ice time per game since December, Poitras, 5 goals, 10 assists, has maintained a high standard of hockey performance. The possibility of the Bruins sending Poitras back to the Ontario Hockey League still exists, especially if he continues to struggle in a more limited role later in the season. However, the preference would be for the young player to continue his development in the professional leagues, even in the face of inevitable growth challenges. 2. Mason Lohrei plays more than 40 games in the NHL. This prediction also comes true, in large part, due to the injuries that have repeatedly affected the Boston team this season. In 49 games, Lohrei appeared in 27 for Boston, recording 3 goals, 3 assists, and averaging 16.24 of ice time per game. It is anticipated that with Lohrei's continued strong performance in Providence, 10 points in 13 games, and considering injuries are almost inevitable in the NHL, he will receive more call-ups this season. 3. Bruins lead the NHL in penalty minutes. Contrary to initial expectations, the Bruins rank 9th in the NHL in penalty minutes, totaling 503. Despite not leading in this regard, the team's 196 minor penalties rank 3rd in the league, with bad infractions and other errors highlighted as areas for improvement in the second half of the season. Brad Marchand emphasizes the team's notable improvement on penalties and expresses an ambition to continue building on that progress to cement the Bruins' position as a high-performing team. 4. Milan Lucic wins 7th Player Award. Unfortunately, this prediction will not come true, due to Lucic's arrest in November and accusations of assaulting a family member. Lucic has been away from the team since then, and the Bruins have several options for the 7th Player Award, including players like Charlie Coyle, Trent Frederic, James Van Riemsdyk, Morgan Geekie, and Parker Weatherspoon. 5. Jeremy Swayman starts more games than Linus Ullmark. To date, Jeremy Swayman, 16-3-7.924 save percentage, has held a slight edge over Linus Ullmark, 15-6-2.913 save percentage, starting 27 games to Ullmark's 24. The discrepancy in matches is more attributable to Ullmark's lower body injury than a statement about their performance. Although Swayman is considered the best option, Jim Montgomery maintains his goaltending rotation strategy. This approach should persist not only in the regular phase, but also in the playoffs. 6. Jake DeBrusk signs new extension before January 1. To date, there has been no progress on a contract renewal between the Bruins and Jake DeBrusk. His season started slowly, with just 4 goals and 11 points in the first 31 games. However, DeBrusk showed a significant transformation after the holidays, scoring 8 goals and adding 14 points in his last 16 games, also excelling in defensive aspects. While there is time for negotiations between DeBrusk and the Bruins before he hits the open market in July, uncertainty remains about a long-term commitment given the hesitancy surrounding a winger with a spotty scoring record. 7. the Bruins trade a defenseman. As predicted, the Bruins have a surplus of defensemen this season, especially with Laurier's multiple call-ups and Weatherspoon's impressive performance. Matt Grzelcyk is touted as a possible transfer option, though the trade likely won't result in a substantial return due to his declining production. The persistence of Derek Forbort's injury could also influence the team's hesitancy to offload players before the playoffs. 8. Brad Marchand still scores over 90 penalty minutes. Despite now sporting the C on his sweater, Brad Marchand maintains his feisty approach as a winger, evidenced by the 51 penalty minutes accumulated this season. At 35, Marchand continues to play his role as an effective provocateur, providing the team with a physical advantage. His combative style has not diminished, and he is on pace to achieve the first 40-goal season of his career, remaining a crucial piece for the Bruins. 9. Pavel Zacha surpasses 65 points. Although Pavel Zacha is currently on pace to reach 50 points, surpassing the 65 mark could be a challenge. With 10 goals and 30 points so far, Zacha needs to increase his offensive production to reach his goal. While his skill is unquestionable, other players on the squad, such as Charlie Coyle, are having more prolific seasons, highlighting the internal competitiveness for the points lead. 10. Charlie McAvoy is Norris Trophy runner-up. Despite a slow start, Charlie McAvoy elevated his game, recording 12 goals and 55 points by the All-Star break. As the leader of the Bruins defense, McAvoy will face stiff competition for the Norris Trophy, especially with Quinn Hughes and Cale Makar maintaining high levels of performance. McAvoy remains the team's defensive pillar, but winning the award will require overcoming a fellow blue liner with impressive scores. 11. The Bruins are not deadline buyers. It remains unclear whether the Bruins will seek significant additions at the trade deadline, given limited draft capital and young prospects. With just $61,558 in projected salary cap space, the team will likely focus on depth additions such as a checking offensive lineman or a backup defenseman. Management strategy will indicate the Bruins' approach to strengthening the roster for the playoffs. 12. More seasoning needed for Providence's other youth. Although Mason Lohrei is excelling in the NHL, the Bruins appear to prefer to let players like Fabian Lysell and Georgii Merkulov mature in the AHL. Both prospects have been productive, with Lysell racking up 35 points in 40 games and Merkulov contributing 39 points in 39 games. However, given the quality of performance from top-line players such as Frederic, Geekie, Poitras, and Van Riemsdyk, the promotion of these young talents could be delayed, allowing them to fully develop within the AHL ranks. 13. The Bruins still have a top-5 defense, but their offense takes a step back. While the Bruins excel defensively, ranking 4th in goals conceded per game, 2.59, the offense has been the focal point this season. Despite averaging 3.49 goals per game, ranking 6th in the NHL, they faced challenges with 11.41 high-danger scoring chances missed per 60 minutes of 5v5 play, ranking them 13th in the league. The balance between solid defense and the need to improve attacking efficiency will be crucial to the Bruins' success in the decisive phase of the season. 14. Bruins finish second overall in Atlantic. The Bruins, currently 5 points ahead of the Panthers in Atlantic, demonstrate consistent performance this winter. While they may not match the success of last year's squad, earning second place in the division would be a strong position for the playoffs. The challenge would be facing teams like the Maple Leafs or Lightning in the first round, but the experience and quality of the Bruins squad could prevail. 15. Boston wins at least one round of the playoffs. Uncertainty hangs over the Bruins' playoff performance, but with a strong goaltending duo and a talented roster, the team has the potential to advance at least one round. The quality of leadership, accumulated experience, and resilience demonstrated throughout the season could be decisive factors in the decisive moments of the Stanley Cup playoffs. The team's fate will be revealed as the season progresses to its most exciting and challenging stage. It's wonderful to have you here. I am extremely happy with your presence and would love to know your opinion in the comments. I sincerely ask that you help us stay active. It doesn't hurt to leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Know that your collaboration is essential for us, who dedicate part of our lives studying, researching, writing, and seeking to offer quality content with the sole objective to be useful in some way. Is it disappointing to think that we don't even deserve a like? Thank you very much for your understanding. Thank you for collaborating.